History calls those men the greatest who have ennobled themselves by working for the common good. Experience acclaims as happiest the man who has made the greatest number of people happy. As Prometheus, having stolen fire from heaven, begins to build houses and to settle upon the earth, so philosophy, expanded to be the whole world, turns against the world of appearance. The same now with the philosophy of Hegel. Atheism reminds one of children, assuring everyone who is ready to listen to them that they are not afraid of the bogeyman. Political economy came into being as a natural result of the expansion of trade, and with its appearance elementary, unscientific huckstering was replaced by a developed system of licensed fraud, an entire science of enrichment. The bureaucracy is a circle from which no one can escape. Its hierarchy is a hierarchy of knowledge. This is a kind of mutual reconciliation society. Actual extremes cannot be mediated with each other precisely because they are actual extremes. But neither are they in need of mediation because they are opposed in essence. All forms of the state have democracy for their truth, and for that reason are false to the extent that they are not democracy. Religious suffering is, at one and the same time, the expression of real suffering and a protest against real suffering. Religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people. The only intelligible language in which we converse with one another consists of our objects and their relation to each other. We would not understand a human language and it would remain without effect. By one side it would be recognized and felt as being a request, an entreaty, and therefore a humiliation. Our mutual value is for us the value of our mutual objects, hence for us man himself is mutually of no value. The entire movement of history, as simply communism's actual act of genesis, the birth act of its empirical existence, is, therefore, for its thinking consciousness the comprehended and known process of its becoming. Natural science will in time incorporate into itself the science of man, just as the science of man will incorporate into itself natural science. There will be one science. In general, it is always empirical businessmen we are talking about when we refer to political economists, who represent their scientific creed and form of existence. The question whether objective truth can be attributed to human thinking is not a question of theory, but is a practical question. History does nothing, it possesses no immense wealth, it wages no battles. It is man, real, living man who does all that, who possesses and fights. History is not, as it were, a person apart, using man as a means to achieve its own aims. History is nothing but the activity of man pursuing his aims. The hand mill gives you society with the feudal lord, the steam mill society with the industrial capitalist. The slave frees himself when, of all the relations of private property, he abolishes only the relation of slavery and thereby becomes a proletarian. The proletarian can free himself only by abolishing private property in general. A nation cannot become free and at the same time continue to oppress other nations. The liberation of Germany cannot therefore take place without the liberation of Poland from German oppression. A house may be large or small, as long as the neighboring houses are likewise small, it satisfies all social requirement for residence. But let there arise next to the little house a palace, and the little house shrinks to a hut. The little house now makes it clear that its inmate has no social position at all to maintain.